סיפור זה מוקרא במסגרת פרויקט פאנפיקים לנובי 2021 של קבוצת ספרים בפייסבוק. כל הדמויות והעולמות בסיפור שייכים ליצירות המקור. GlitterCRAPP, בהשראת ספרי אלקסיס הול, דירוג כללי. תגיות, Glitter Land Boyfriend Material, חברות, זוגיות M/M, משחקי מילים איומים, wholesome, fluff, עופות מים, זבליות, בשפה האנגלית. מוקרא על ידי דינה פיימן. לשונית שבזכותה הרבה דברים, ביניהם הסיפור הזה. Now, Darian. So, after our talk last week, my boyfriend Ash gave me a book by a geezer what wrote about how to live your life, right? Knowing it doesn't mean anything. Do you know what I mean? A French bloke, Albert, except they don't actually say the T. Weird like. Alex. Weird indeed. I always thought they were just too lazy to pronounce words endings, the French. Lax sort of people, I'm afraid. Not like us, sturdy Englishmen. Reese. Ahem. I've got to point out that you Englishmen are not as sturdy as you think. Where would you be without Wales? Darian. Without Wales, they could make Free Willy, and that would be proper sad. And it would ruin, like, ecology and whatever. In the general sitting area of the studio, Luke O'Donnell put his face in his hands. Ash Winters, seated on the deep chair across from him, smirked. Oh, pull yourself together. This one went rather well, and they're really funny today, in their ridiculous fashion. The social media would go crazy over this installment. Luke moaned. Oh, my name is on that thing, you know. Well, so is mine. You only get first name mentions, you evil bastard. As far as their fans are concerned, you're fucking Aslan. Ash sat back and wrinkled his nose at him. He loved the warmth that was always there in Darren's voice whenever he talked about him, which he tended to do at every opportunity. In fact, if one didn't present itself, he steered the conversation shamelessly to create it. It all felt so good. Damn it. A personal, multi-hued bubble of joy went through him every time Darian said his name in that caressing way of his. That made the incredible silliness of the show more than tolerable. Yet Luke was sitting there, still fixing Ash with a malevolent stare over the sticky coffee table, and obviously seeing through his half-hearted act of cultural disdain towards the incredibly popular podcast. Ash shook himself from his reverie. I did try to get Darian interested in Camus, you know, the myth, he added. Oh, and a sardonically arched eyebrow from Luke. Oh, stop being such an ass. It's not as if you'd read it, haven't you? Luke shook his head and gave a dramatic shudder. Oh, God, no, I'd rather have a root canal. Ash smiled briefly. You're incorrigible. So, Darian and I started a sort of guided reading, but then it was the Bake Off's finale, and he got so emotional that we had to let the book go for the time being. Luke's eyes widened. Oh my gosh, a true existential crisis in reality. Oh, fuck off. Ooh, the way. That's proper writer stuff, that is. All right. I stood up and arranged his suit. I'll just be off to... No, please. Luke was properly sheepish now. Oliver's in court, and I can't hear that phrase on my own. You know, I need a friend. I sat back down. Fine, but keep in mind that they are your friends too, and you promised you'd listen. He checked the time. Just about 20 minutes to go. Before. A what, drive? Ash was truly baffled. Niall, if this is some kind of a tasteless joke, Beetle Drive. It isn't a joke, I promise. Google it. It's an actual event, a fundraiser for dung beetles, and David got 4 tickets from a client as a weird sort of bonus. But Niall, I don't give a shit about dung beetles. Niall sighed into his phone. Ha ha ha, brilliant. Yes, I know you don't, and neither do I. But it's a nice sort of thing, with good food, lots of self-righteous rich people looking for obscure charity causes to make them look advanced, and wanting reality stars desperate to hold on to something. If nothing else, it'll get you some positive press mentions. Well, there you go. I don't want to seem either charitable or advanced, especially if it involves mingling with a crowd of squawking, mindless, useless bastards who flock to whoever feeds and takes pictures of them. Case closed. Ash felt that this really brought the message home. "All right," said Niall in a deliberately casual tone. "Just remember that you made me go there. It's happening in April, after Darian gets back from shooting in Spain, and you know how he feels about that specific type of waterfall." Thus, the matter of the double date was settled. Ash knew when he'd been defeated. Beetle Drive. "Whoa, babes, it's proper nice here. I feel like a kid in a candy shop. Do I look alright?" Darian's blue eyes were almost pleading. As usual, thought Ash, he didn't take into account how breathtaking he actually was. Either that, or he was fishing for compliments. Ash gave Darian a once-over, from his carefully arranged hair to his skinny jeans and glittering all-stars. "You look amazing." He kissed Darian lightly and squeezed his hand. "This pink tie is fabulous. Listen, I'm going outside for a smoke. Is that okay?" "Oh, yes. You can go. I'll be fine, me." "What now, Alex?" Luke was a bit exasperated. It was his job to make sure the night went smoothly. Well, smooth-ish. It took plenty of concentration, hard work, and adamantly pretending to the guests he didn't have a care in the world, except for the well-being of dung beetles, of course. "I was wondering about anything in particular, or the mystery of the universe in general?" Alex frowned. "If you really ask, it's probably both, but I'd like to pick your brain about the particular query." "Lucky me," Luke muttered. "Go ahead, Alex." "See that tall fellow over by the bar? I was wondering who he might be." "Dunno," Luke shrugged. "Tickets are just sold, you know. Why does it matter?" "I want to know." "Go ask him then." "Cheerio. Come with me." "Alex, I really can't." But Alex was already pulling him over. "Oh, hello, dear chap." Alex, flanked by Luke, came to an abrupt halt near the tall man, startling him a little. "I don't believe I've had the pleasure. You're a part of the lovely Duchess's crowd, aren't you?" "Me? Oh, no, sir. You've the wrong bloke. I'm doing a bit of modelling, me, and I'm here with Ash Winters, like the writer. Do you know him?" "Mr. A. Winters? What? He's here? Oh, my stars, I'd love to meet him. I absolutely adore his books about the chappy, stone house glass. Hurrah, that's the one. Oh, such vivid descriptions. Blood-curdling. My girlfriend, Miffy, or is she my fiancée? I forget. Anyway, we read every book by him together and discuss them. It's like a book club, but with just 2 people. Rather jolly. Oh, such a spot of luck, as the chimney sweeper said to the maid. Here I was, thinking this fellow could do with a friendly what-ho, brought my good friend Luke over, and turns out you know one of my favorite authors. I'm Alex, by the way. Alex Dwell. Darian Taylor. Luke O'Donnell, Luke managed. I'm the one responsible for all this mess." "Mess?" Darian's eyes were sparkling. "Oh, this is like first-class thing. That's amazing." Luke grinned at him. They shook hands, the light dancing at Darian's painted fingernails. "I say, Darian, that silver nail polish is remarkable. Tell me, my dear fellow, do you apply it yourself, or does your gentleman's gentleman do it for you?" Alex seemed unabashedly fascinated. A man in what Luke recognized immediately as a personally tailored, elegant suit was just approaching them. Darian waved at him. "Hey, babes, come here! I found a bloke who loves your books and talks more posh than you do. If you talk like the Queen, Then he talks like a proper granddad or something. Introductions were made, and then Alex was dragging Darian away with a, "Come, dear chap, you absolutely must meet Miffy. She knows all about haute couture." "Oh, I don't do that." Darian sounded horrified. "All them delicate plants, they need proper care, and I must travel, you know, for work." Alex blinked. "I never quite thought about it like that, but you are right, of course. Ah, common sense, so robust." And with that, they were gone, all traces of Alex's enthusiasm for Ash's books forgotten. Luke and Ash were silent for a moment. Sorry," Luke said. "Alex is a member of our staff and usually has no real concept of the things that come out of his mouth." Ash nodded. "Noted, yet Darian has this ability to see beyond such things. A real superpower." Luke grabbed a glass of wine and sipped. "So you two are together, right?" Ash seemed to square his shoulders. "Yes, we are. What of it?" Luke could tell that Ash had had some eyebrows raised at him over this choice. A while ago he might have been one to judge as well, but one of the many things his time with Oliver taught him was that you should never judge a book by its cover. He shrugged and took another sip of his wine. "Nothing. It just seems that Darren has been twaddled away, and if I know Alex at all, it'll be a good while until he's set free again. Would you care to join my boyfriend and me in the meantime?" "Oh, it's all right," Ash smiled. "We're here with a couple of friends. I'm not a castaway." Seems like we're at that age that people are pairing up uncontrollably, right?" Pathetic. "It's not even raining so hard." Ash stared at him. Luke found that he was blushing. "Geez, sorry. Made my big mouth. It sounded funnier in my head." To his relief, Ash laughed. "No, you're right. It is refreshing to hear someone make such a statement." "That's me." Luke raised his nearly empty glass. "Crassly refreshing. And now I've got to mingle, make sure things won't fall apart, and get myself pissed in the process so that I'd have a proper excuse for all the things I blurred. Good luck on all counts." "Nice meeting you." Ash seemed genuinely amused, and Luke calmed a bit. "You too. I hope you'll enjoy your evening. See you around." "I am enjoying it already." "And yes, it'll be fun." Ash extended a card to Luke, who put it in his pocket, shook his hand again, and disappeared into the crowd. After. Darian was now a frequent visitor at the Crapp offices. Midday. 4 chipped mugs stood on the counter. The kettle was close to boiling, and a box of pastries that Darian had brought along sat beside. "Okay." Luke was looking from Alex to Rhys Jones-Bowen to Darian. "Now, you're going to love this one. What is it called when it's raining ducks and geese?" Darian stared in horror. "Oh, no way, mate. This is not all right. Ducks are nasty. Do you know what I mean? They like toads creep me out." "But it's just a joke. Darian, I'm sorry. I had no idea." "Luke is prone to blunder occasionally, Darian," Rhys put in. "It can be a little foul, whether he means it or not." Luke blinked. "Did you just do that on purpose?" "Me? Do what?" "Foul weather. That's the answer. For the joke." "Joke? Which joke?" Rhys seemed slightly bewildered. Luke stared at him. "The one I started telling you? About, like, raining ducks and geese?" Rhys, Alex, and Darian exchanged looks. "Don't know about a joke," Rhys began. "Foul weather. Foul weather. Foul weather. Birds. Bad. Rain." "Old man, you're being terribly loud and repetitive. Oh, stop quawking. No need to ruffle up your feathers like that," Alex said in his most soothing, most infuriating, thought Luke, voice. Luke leaned against the wall. He felt he needed the support. "Speaking of rain," said Rhys all of a sudden, "did you know that dung beetles do not drink? They get all the water they need from the dung." "Whoa!" Darren's eyes were huge. And they don't get sick, because it's really full of bugs, dung is. They showed us a program on the telly when I was a kid. Eating it can cause some bad shit. Luke mumbled something quickly about a headache and fresh air and fled as fast as his legs could carry him. Rhys reached for the box, eyes twinkling mischievously, and took out a Welsh cake. Nicely done, my friend. Playfully ingenious, much like Umbrella covered by the Manic Street Preachers. One down, more for us. Nah, Darren moved the box away from him. I'll take your word about music, but Luke's a top bloke and gets to have some. My cakes, my call. Sometime after. Ash, we need to talk. Luke sounded a bit shaky over the phone. Let me guess, it's about the podcast. Ash sat down in his favorite chair and looked out of the window. This will probably be a long talk, one that will require a lot of encouraging and positive thinking. At this time of his life, he could handle it. Yes, that. They actually pitched it to Dr. Fairclough. Oh, no. Oh, you know nothing. Luke swallowed hard. She said yes, as long as they include dung beetle info bits. They can do a podcast with Crapp's endorsement. Wait, why are you so upset? Because no one will listen to such utter tripe. It will flop, not before making Crapp look like a huge joke of an organization. It'll be a PR disaster. Hey! Sorry, Ash, I don't mean to disrespect Darian, but him, Alex, and Rhys are a bit like three beetles rolling a bowl of dong into the fucking Library of Babel. Yes. Which sounds like the beginning of a really terrific joke, except it's my job and all. Ash instinctively knew that Luke was pulling at his own hair. Look, listen, said Ash. I can see your point, but you did all you can to warn them. I think that all you can do now is join them. Not literally, he added at the sound of loud expletive protest from Luke's end. As Dr. Fairclough decided, she's approving of this. Use your professional skills to help them, as much as they can be helped anyway. And who knows, it might even work. I know. It'll probably dissipate, though. Faster than the time Alex was persuaded by Oliver to try vegetarianism. You can imagine how that went about. Ash have to laugh. And I am being supportive and professional about this podcast, you know. I even suggested to them, hell, why not? Let's do this shit slogan, which they liked. And I offered a name. Oh, which name? Beetlebum. That's cute. It's a song, if I'm not mistaken. Rings a 1990s bell. Yeah, a blur. You got it right. It didn't work out, though. Really? Why not? Didn't they like it? They did. Ash could hear Luke rearranging himself. But I decided to be polite and all and ask for Damon Albarn's permission to use it. The kid said no, because crap as a charity sounds too hipster and he can't have more of that. Ouch. I mean, he does have a point, but ouch nonetheless. Yeah, I know. But get the name they came up with and decided to use. Well, are you sitting down? Luke inquired. Yes, I am. Hit me, as they say, with your best shot. Or your worst. They decided to call it the Collio Philosophical Podcast. Silence. Yes, the cop. Dear fucking heavens, Ash breathed out at last. No one in their right mind will listen to them. Sure flop had never been. Yet somehow the podcast simply hadn't flopped. It was a success. The exchanges between Alex, Rhys, and Darian were so ridiculously Winnie the Poohish, and yet performed with such chilling comic precision that, to Luke's astonishment, they became viral. People were discussing the episodes at great length in Reddit threads, trying to decide whether the podcast's signature digressions, dungarees, as they were nicknamed by some online wisecrack, which made Luke feel just a touch of professional envy, were spontaneous or planned and rehearsed in advance. No one beside the three actually knew, not even Ash. The cop was a real hit with fans and merchandise. Shirts, mugs, and bags adorned with the logo. A dung beetle wearing a police helmet. And the slogan, which Reese ended every installment with, a moment look had come to dread. And that meant that crap became a bit of a hit too, to a more modest degree. Now again. Reese. Gentlemen, I regret to tell you that our time is up for today. Alex. Oh, happy is the wanderer, which time passes by in its ceaseless tracks. Darren. Alex, mate, like it. Alex. My deepest thanks, dear chap. Darren. So, when you say I overdid my time, does it mean that time for you had really been more than for another person? Alex. I think it can actually happen if you add it and not stir properly. Happened to me in Eton once. I came home for the weekend and smelled so strongly of the stuff that Mother couldn't even air hug me. My parents wrote a sharp note to let the headmaster know they were most displeased. Reese. And with these truly heartwarming memories of parental love and care, we really have to leave you. So remember, be good to each other. Mind the determined little friends beneath your feet. And as our friend Luke O'Donnell likes to remind us, stay tuned for more curiosity. It's good for your soul. His Welsh accent carried the pun as far as it could go. Luke seemed to be in actual physical pain. Ash placed a cup of coffee in front of him and laid a gentle hand on his arm. Oh, come now, cheer up. 1. You did your job and supplied what the customers asked for. They asked you for a slogan. You gave them something they love. 2. You told me the profits from the merchandise are a nice addition to Crapp's budget. And 3. Since Alex mentioned Eton, I owe you a $5. Luke looked at him. It doesn't matter. It's the worst pun ever. Absolute dunk. And this is what people know me for. I suggested it as a joke. A sarcastic joke. Well, I said in a thoughtful tone in some of his best Essex, every is dead what wears the sarcasm. Or at least so I'm told, time and again. And helping your friends is indeed good for your soul. Oh, hey, dearest, it was great fun today. He walked into Darren's outstretched arms. Luke sighed and sank a bit deeper into his chair, sipping his coffee. Oliver better be proud of me for this, he thought. This stuff is totally French toast worthy. Yes, with blueberries. Fresh blueberries. A dreamy smile crossed his face. The end. Okay, this is from me, the reader. Sorry about the accents. I really did the best I could. I'm not really professional at this. So if they are shit, my apologies. Bye-bye.